I would absolutely love to fly with Orion to the moon or Mars or anywhere really. Actually that was the motivation for getting involved in human spaceflight. I wanted to be an astronaut from a very young age. It's what's inspired me and what has led me to where I am now.
Also ATV und Orion sind einerseits sehr ähnlich, aber andererseits doch sehr verschieden. Bei ATV haben wir ein Gesamtraumschiff gebaut, komplett mit allen Modulen. Es war aber auch so, dass wir das Design von Anfang an bis zum Ende durchgeführt haben. Bei Orion ist es so, dass wir ein Antriebs- und Versorgungsmodul zu einem bestehenden Raumschiff, was Lockheed Martin baut, entwickelt haben. Und da mussten wir an deren Bedingungen anknüpfen. Und dadurch ist Orion sehr stark verdichtet.
Airbus in Germany has got a lot of heritage of human spaceflight. They built the Columbus module, they built the ATV. And with ESM we're really sort of building on everything that we learned from those previous projects to try and make something even better than before. So a lot of our ways of working are very similar to how they were, particularly on the ATV program. And we're still using the sort of methods and processes back then to make sure that everything goes really smoothly on the ESM project.
Also der schönste Moment bei ATV war bei ATV 5, beim letzten ATV. Da haben wir nämlich einen Rekord gebrochen und über 1 Tonne Cargo geladen und das auch noch pünktlich, sodass der Starttermin nicht verschoben werden musste. Also das Verrückteste war und das Schwierigste war eine Toilettenpumpe. Das war also die Pumpe, die dafür Sorge getragen hatte, dass alles mit der Toilette an Bord der Raumstation funktioniert. Und eine ist ausgefallen und wir mussten dann in letzter Minute eine neue Pumpe an Bord der Raumstation bringen. Die hat knappe 90 Kilo gewogen und es war halt extrem schwierig, die jetzt noch in der letzten Minute an Bord von ATV zu bringen.
For me, it's been the shipment days that have been the most amazing days on the project. So not long after I started, actually, over here in Airbus Germany, we shipped our first ESM-1. That was shipped over to the US. Now we do that with a huge Antonov aircraft. Now the Antonov is one of the biggest aircraft in the world, and it landed at the relatively tiny Bremen airport, and that was really quite a spectacular sight to see. And then of course, after we load it up with our spacecraft, it then takes off again the next day with our spacecraft safely on board, and that's again amazing because it just looks so heavy as it takes off.
Ja, es gab wirklich eine lustige Geschichte bei Orion 1, beim ersten Flugmodell. Das war September 2019. Wir haben ESM mit den Lockheed Martin integriert und getestet. Und eines Morgens, als wir am Kennedy Space Center in Florida in die Integrationshalle kamen, hüpfte ein kleiner Frosch in Richtung Raumschiff. Und da mussten wir den quasi anhalten und sagen, hey, wir sind noch nicht so weit mit dem Start. Außerdem sind noch viele andere, die auch gerne noch mitfliegen wollen.
I'm really excited about the first Artemis launch. It's going to finally make this project real. I think a lot of people have been working on this project for years and years now, and to see it launch for the first time is just going to be something amazing. Obviously it's a little bit nerve-wracking. It's the first one. We're going to learn a lot from this first one, but ultimately I think everybody's going to be waiting with bated breath for that day. So the ESM project has taken years to get us from the design and development phase through to actually building these spacecraft. So sometimes it's pretty amazing when we hit a major milestone like shipment or launch to finally realise that we've managed to go from this, something that's a model, to something that's tangible and real and is going to the moon. So the Orion mission is part of Artemis, and this program is taking us back to the moon for the first time in over 50 years. Except it's a little bit different this time. It's different to Apollo. With Apollo, the astronauts just went for a few days at a time. But with Artemis, we're going to be going to the moon for longer duration missions, a couple of weeks at a time. And the idea really is to start to develop our capabilities for sustaining human life on the surface of the moon for longer and longer time periods. And of course, all of this is because we want to explore further. We want to go to places like Mars in the future. And so if we can demonstrate all the technology needed, all the capabilities needed on the moon first, then we can go to Mars confident that we can do exactly what we need to do there and that we can keep astronauts alive for longer duration missions.
Also ganz besonders den Planeten Erde mal von Fernen zu sehen, mit dem Mond davor,
in grau-weißem Licht und hinten die blaue Kugel. Das muss ja fantastisch sein. Und das würde ich sehr gerne machen. Zum Mars weiß ich nicht so. Also Mars ist super interessant mit seinen Extremen, aber die Reise dorthin, die ist extrem lang.
I think for the astronauts on board Artemis, Artemis 2 and Artemis 3, it's going to be really exciting. The first time we've gone back to the moon in over 50 years now, and that's really going to be something special. They're going to be representing not just the United States, but also Europe and the world as a whole, I think.